How's it going, people? So here we are, bit of a surprise for you. Actually doing missing my mummy quest now, as there's a prerequisite for Curse of Arrav and Temple of Sennlitens. So here's what you actually need for it. So you need 35 magic, 35 crafting, 35 prayer, 35 cooking, and 35 construction. High levels in a lot of them would be helpful, but you don't actually need them. Need to have completed Ictharian's a little helpful. The Golem and Prince Ali Rescue, and the ability to defeat multiple foes of level 40 and greater. And that's pretty much it for this one. So the items you actually need to bring along is a saw, a knife, a hammer, 20 fires, a willow log, spice, which you can actually get from our own spice store by buying it from the bloke. It's pretty cheap, so no worries. You can get a jug of wine just north of Catherby. There's a little house. If you go upstairs, you can go in there. It's always there. They also need an empty pot, probably a bit of dollar, although maybe not. Some prayer potions, just in case. You'll also want a pestle and mortar for after the quest, because there's an extra optional part which you'll need to do other quests, and, well, may as well. You also need some wheat, an empty beer glass, an Alcarid flyer, which you can get from an NPC just northwest of Alcarid Mines. You'll also want water skins or an enchanted water tiara if you've done dealing with Scarboroughs. You also want some food, some decent armor, and probably a ring of amulet glory would be handy. So may as well take one of those along as well. You can also use an explorer ring so you can quickly get to Draenor. Also a ring of Charos, because you'll need that for the extra part at the end, the optional stuff. And that is pretty much it. I have got on me a broomstick, which allows me to get back to Alcarid a lot quicker, or alternatively you could use a ring of Julin. I've also brought along an enhanced Excalibur for extra free healing and a bit of food. If you're a lower level, then maybe bring some extra food or some more prayer pots you can protect from melee or whatnot. This alternative is up to you. I'm going with Guthans for healing and the Excalibur. So once you've got all that and you're ready to go, talk to Leela here. She's in Draenor Village, just slightly northeast of the bank, and start the quest. Yes, I'm glad all my time wandering around the pyramids was useful. So, same as most quests, just continue. And now she's had enough talking. Now you can either go straight to Alcarid and take a magic carpet ride down to Polnovich, and then to Uzer, or straight to Uzer, whichever one is available, and then head southeast-ish of Uzer and you'll hit the temple, or the pyramid we have to go to. Alternatively, if you've done fairy rings and you can actually use them, you could bring along a Draymond staff if you haven't done fairy ring part 3, and you can actually use the fairy ring to get to it quicker. I've actually done fairy part 3, so I'm just going to run straight down. Save myself some time. Don't know where I'm going, lost. This one's a relatively easy quest, so no worries. Oh, where am I going to start it? I'll just go to the carpet ride. I haven't got my Draymond staff with me to teleport through. If you don't have an empty beer glass, you can actually search this little bookshelf here, and you'll get one from there. So I'll get my run up as I'll be needing it to run through the desert. So buy yourself a shiny pass and go straight through and jump on this blokey to get a carpet ride straight to Uzer. God, come on, fucking hell. Right then, so we're in Uzer. So you more or less just head south and slightly east, and you'll run into the temple eventually. The entrance is on the west side of it. That's it, jump straight in. Alright, now in here you'll find stuff on the floor and these skeleton corpses. Stuff on the floor and some of the random boxes you want to study, because you can use it to confront Ali Morrison later. And you want to rummage the skeletons. When you do, they'll actually turn into mobs for you to fight. So just simply smack them about until you're done. You will need a weapon with pound for killing the golem, otherwise you'll be fighting him, well, with your hands more or less, which is never enjoyable. Now what you want from these skeletons is a canopic jar, a mummy hand, I think it's pyramid notes, and the scroll of the dead. So you head up to the right. You can actually talk to this golem if you wanted to. And he'll give you a bit of information about who's in here and all that nonsense. And once you finish talking to him, just carry on. Rummage another skeleton up here. Nothing useful. Rummage the other skeleton here. Study the defective spades. If you happen to have forgotten your saw, knife or hammer, you can actually get them sometimes in the drops killing these skeletons. It's always good to know, just in case you forgot to bring it. So next head north into the main room. There's another skeleton here to kill. And that's the pyramid journal. That's one of the key items you want from them. So quickly read through that. There's another skeleton here as well. You haven't got nothing. Study the suboptimal flask. Up to the top right. Before you go on your actually search the walls for the odd markings, as it is a trap. You can try to disarm it with thieving, then you can rummage through the skeleton. Study the useless rations boxes. There's nothing there. Search the wall as you go back through. Actually double back on yourself and not going through that door. And go all the way to the left. There's odd markings on the wall for this door up the north. You don't actually want to go through that. Head south through the imposing door. Rummage through the skeleton. Before you do, all three of these will attack you at once, in case you're low level. But it's the same deal again, just stab them all in the face. You can actually take them all on one at a time, but it's 3 fights in a row. So kill these guys. And there's the mummy hand just dropped for me. So take the mummy hand, as we'll be needing that. While you're study the suboptimal lantern. There's another skeleton to rummage by here. And a golem that pops up. And there's the skull of the dead. So after that, you've actually got everything out of these rooms so far. So use your explorer's ring or your glory to travel back to Draenor. You will be heading down to Leela in Draenor Village. And then talk to Leela. You'll come up with a bunch of choices. Just pretty much choose everyone so you get all the information. And once you finish with everything, finish with it, finish talking to her, and we'll move on to the next part. So, once you finish talking to her and you've picked up all the options, you need to head all the way back down into the temple. Another carpet ride. Joy. Okay, user. And there we go. So you want to head all the way back up. If you haven't talked to that golem right by there, to the east, then now's the time to talk to him and pick up all the options. If you have, however, you can come all the way over to the left and come back through this door. And you want to come all the way down the bottom and talk to this golem. And you'll basically just say, hell no, you're not getting past me. Now, this is the part you need the crush weapon for. You can actually just punch him in the face, but it's a lot quicker. Oh, come on. Thank you. Right then, down here, you want to head west first and pick up another canopic jar. Then head straight east. Head up to the top bit, there's another canopic jar for you to pick up. Then head down from here. There's two more, well no, one more canopic jar and a mummy with no hands. So once you've picked them up, make your way back. You want to use the mummy hand with the mummy, which will give you a whole mummy. At this point you can actually use the grain on your empty pot, and at the same time use the wine, make sure you don't drink it, with the spice. And I'll make spicy wine. And come to this bit, you want to head down south now into the big room. And this is actually a floor puzzle. The idea is you want to try and find one kind of like that. It's perfect. As if you stand on something like blue then red, you'll get hit by an attack. And if you stand on yellow then green, or green then yellow, you'll get hit by an attack. Just try and find one like this. That way you can just run straight across. If you can't find one like this, just try and work your way around until you can get to like a section where you can do this. Or there's multiple of the same colour in a row, so you can get further ahead quicker. And when you come into this room, you'll want to put the mummy back into a tomb, a sarcophagus I should say. What? Alright, there you go. Mummy back in. I'm going to pray a Dick Claren. You want to pray at each of these to bring them back up. Let's cut them all down the bottom. This is actually where you'll need your prayer. As you see, it's munching away 10 points at a time. Or 100, should say. You can actually pray to it, Claren, to get all your prayer back. Then you want to place the jars on these shelves. And I'll sort all them out. Then want to repair the broken chair and repair the table. Then you want to come over to here on the right hand side and replace the broken pot with your pot of flour, or pot of wheat I should say, and replace the jug. Then you want to head to the eastern little room and you want to kill the shadow. If you don't kill the shadow, you can light these little pillars. Each time you light one, he'll come back up, so kill him again and again. It's the south one first. Oh, come on, finish him off already. Then you want to light the north one. You pop up again. Then you want to light the west one. And the areas again. God, come on, mind. Then finally light the east one and kill him again. As you can see, they're all lit now. Now, because you've restored it over 75%, you can actually end the quest here. But for the Curse of Arrav and the Completionist Capes and a few others, you want to try and get 100%. So, you'll notice the Fairy Queen is now back up and talking. You want to learn everything about her, so pick every single option. So, once you've talked to her about everything, finished talking to her, and you want to head back up to Ali Morrison in El Kharid. So ring a Julin or broomstick if you've got it. Ask him about the tomb. Ways to reunite the mummy and the pyramid. Now when you finish talking to him, you'll actually want your ring of charos at this point, so equip that. Now we need to head all the way up to Varrock. If you haven't picked up your Alcan flower, now's the time to do it. But I'll be going to the bank and teleporting up there now. Privacy, people, privacy. So grab your runes to go to Varrock, or walk up there, whichever one. You'll be heading to the library in the palace, right at the back, to talk to Reldo. I'd like to talk about pyramid mush. So once you've picked up that, you can read it. Okay, maybe not. Talk to the fella again then. So now you want to head all the way back down to Ali Morrison. Make sure you got your ring of charos on. And ask him something about the tomb. And he wants squirk juice. So you need to head to the sorcerer's garden, which is right by here, where you can see a bajillion bots are. Little fuckers. And basically you'll need to get a couple of squirks and then pestle and mortar it to turn them all into juice, and it'll fill up your beer glass. Ah, you're shitting me. Right then, as this is annoying as hell, I'll join you again once I've got my squirk juice. So, catch you then. So once you've got them, use your pestle and mortar on it, and it'll fill up your glass. Depending on which one you do, you'll either need 2, 3, 4 or 5. Once you've got it, head back to Ali Morrison. Goddamn sorcerer's garden. And there you go. If you was wearing your Ring of Charis, you would have gained that second one. You can read this, blah blah blah. Some stuff happened, blah. Some other stuff happened, blah. And then once you've got all that, head all the way back down to the mummy and basically build the statue of it and whatnot. And she'll be 100% complete. That's the plan anyway. Do you need food from doing that for the whole guessing? I love androids. Hey. Oh, sorry, that's oh, well. So back to me. Good times. So to repair a statue, you go to this bit by here. And talk to her again. And she's now 100% complete. So, once you've done all that, the only thing left to do now is head back to China and talk to Leela to finish the quest. Job done. So, 5k coins, 1 quest point, 7k HP. Whatever. And throughout the quest you would have gained crafting XP, mage XP, and prayer XP, I think. So yeah, that was my little surprise. Nice brand new video for you. Hopefully Curse of Arrav will be out on Friday. So, I'll catch you then. Later boys.